More stakeholders included in Tobago's COVID-19 task force. Buku man arrested for cocaine possession. Retired teacher praised for outstanding contribution to student development. And in sport, 3 Tobago athletes strike gold. I am Patricia Nicholson Richards. Thank you for tuning in to the Tobago Updates News. To our top story. Health Secretary Dr. Faith B. Israel hosted a virtual COVID-19 task force meeting today. A release from the Division of Health noted that the meeting involved a wide cross-section of stakeholders. Attendees included representatives from the Tobago House of Assembly, inclusive of the Minority Council, the Tobago Regional Health Authority, faith-based organizations, the tourism sector, fisherfolk associations, alternative medicine fraternity, and several others. The division also noted that 34 professionals participated in this meeting to discuss Tobago's pathway towards improving the management of COVID-19 on the island, inclusive of measures to reduce vaccination hesitancy. It said at the end of the meeting, gaps were identified and suggestions and recommendations were tabled for consideration at the necessary action. Dr. Faith B. Israel said the Tobago COVID-19 task force was convened to bring all stakeholders to the table. The aim is to critically review how we manage the pandemic, ensuring that the wants and needs of all involved are taken into account. The division noted that these expanded COVID-19 task force meetings will be held once monthly to involve key sectors in the planning and decision-making processes. However, smaller groups will be developed from the large group to work on executing specific tasks. Now on to the latest COVID-19 figures. Over the last 24 hours, 4 new cases were reported. This takes the total active cases to 1,156. There are 38 patients in the hospital. 1 new death has been reported. According to the Division of Health, the deceased was unvaccinated. Total deaths in Tobago are now at 221. Meantime, over the weekend, the first case of the Omicron variant was recorded in Tobago. The Division of Health said the individual had no history of travel, nor was in contact with anyone with a history of travel. The Omicron variant is reportedly 4 times more infectious than the Delta variant. In some other news now, a 31-year-old man has been placed on $100,000 bail for the possession of cocaine. Jeremy Billy, a tradesman assistant of Chance Street, Buku, was arrested on Friday for the crime, according to police reports. A search warrant was carried out on his home on Friday, 19th January, by officers from the Criminal Investigations Department, where they allegedly found a quantity of cocaine. Billy was said to be 500 meters away from his home at the Buku Government Primary School when the narcotic was found. He was arrested shortly after. When he appeared before the Scarborough Magistrates Court virtually, he was placed on $100,000 bail or $6,000 cash alternative. Billy is expected to reappear in court on Friday 14th. Staying with crime news, Kellen Gerald appeared before the Scarborough Magistrate Virtual Court charged with robbing a 15-year-old student. According to police reports, the victim was awaiting public transportation along Post Office Street, Scarborough on Monday, 10th January, when the incident occurred. Gerald and a few other men reportedly approached the victim and instructed him not to move. Gerald then allegedly put his hand in the victim's pocket to take his cell phone and cash. A struggle ensued, during which Gerald bit the victim. Gerald and the men reportedly made off with $50 from the victim. The student, accompanied by his parent, filed a report at the Scarborough Police Station. After investigations, Gerald was arrested for the crime on Friday, 14th January. When he appeared in court today, he was placed on $80,000 bail or $8,000 cash alternative. He was then ordered to present himself to the Scarborough Police Station 3 times per week and to stay away from the victim. His next court appearance is scheduled for February 14th. Gerald is a 19-year-old unemployed man from Clark Street, Mount Pleasant. Recently, the Tobago Fisherfolk Association disagreed with the THA's decision to begin training in sea safety, particularly diving, saying there are more priority issues to tackle. However, not all fishermen agree with ATFA's position, and one such fisherman is Donald Miggins, who said it is indeed a priority area for fishermen.
Having been a fisherman for close to 40 years, Donald Miggins says while at sea, there are risks which point to the need for a diver to fix problems that arise.
In some cases, these things happen when you're 30 miles offshore. And if you don't have radio contact or telephone contact, then you find yourself in trouble. You have to send down a crewman. He does free diving.
Free diving is dangerous, especially if the person is not properly trained. It is also costly to hire a diver to take care of problems. The THA is offering fishermen free training in diving and other aspects of sea safety.
And one of the most important things in any sphere of operation is training. And I think they did the right thing to focus on training when we have a situation where we lose fishermen every year, and they're lost because they lack training.
However, the Tobago Fisherfolk Association says dive training for fishermen is not a priority. As a former member of ATFA, Miggins believes they are being too adversarial towards the THA.
We can make progress if we work with the House of Assembly and not be fighting them down for fighting them down sake, because that's how it looks like to me.
He expects that the THA will consult with fishermen in the coming months to chart the way forward, but hopes the THA is aware that ATFA is not the only voice for fishermen in Tobago.
There is a very large number of fishermen who are not members of ATFA. So the House of Assembly will have to be careful in dealing with the fishing community, because there are some who claim that they represent the fishing community.
For Tobago Updates, I am Candace Jackson.
Coming up after the break, you will meet a teacher described by her students as phenomenal, and you'll also hear the views of beachgoers on the extended beach time. Stay with us.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Welcome back. One past teacher implores her colleagues to go the extra mile for their students as she says goodbye after 24 years of nurturing students at the Signal Hill Secondary School. Here's more.
The tears flowed freely on the Tobago Updates show today. However, they were not tears of sadness. They were tears of joy and appreciation as past students of retired teacher Jamila Bacchus made a surprise appearance while she was being interviewed.
There's another reason why you're here on the program this morning. There's another reason why you're here on the program this morning. Viewers, I think I need a couple tissues, a box of tissues.
Miss Bacchus, who taught biology at the Signal Hill Secondary School for 24 years, retired recently. She shared some of the experiences that led to her becoming what her students describe as an inspiration to their souls.
I was raped. I was molested as a child. And so, and then I would have experienced certain challenges in terms of, you know, having access to certain things as a young child. And I said that on the live to say some of the background to Jamila Bacchus and why I have been the kind of teacher that a lot of people out there are speaking about in a positive way. Those things would have informed me and would have helped me when I interacted with my students, when I interacted with parents, when I interacted with my fellow teachers.
Ms. Bacchus went on to encourage her former colleagues to go the extra mile for their students.
Teaching is not just teaching content. We don't teach subjects, we teach children, we teach people. And teachers, as teachers, you know, that's one of the things I think we need to appreciate. Yeah. Yes, we are there, we have our content knowledge and so on. We want to teach all these different, you know, learning styles and so on, but at the end of the day, we are teaching people. We are developing a society.
Here are some excerpts from the emotional tributes paid to Miss Bacchus by former students Amiri Hackett.
You've worked extremely hard. You've come this far. I hope you know just how blessed you are. To new tomorrows and brand new plans. All of them are in God's hands.
Davina Nelson.
Your retirement has made everyone value you ever more. It has made us appreciate the way you strengthened our cause. You're not just retiring from your post, position, or role. You're retiring as a teacher who inspired our souls.
Dr. Melissa Williams-Reed.
I know that you can look back and you've retired, and you can say to yourself that you have significantly contributed to society. We have all stepped out there and taken our positions, and we are making you proud. Yeah. So we just want to tell you that we love you and we appreciate you. And I cannot stop telling you that because I know the contribution that you would have made to me personally. And I love you more than anything in this life.
And Hassani O.
To hope, dream, rest, bake or play. You'll find new ways to be inspired. Congratulations, Miss Bacchus. You've retired.
We at Tobago Updates extend our congratulations to Miss Bacchus on a job well done and wish you all the best for the future. Gail Thomas for Tobago Updates.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley wants all students to return to physical classes sometime in the near future. He fears that the lack of social interaction for almost 2 years may cause some to develop serious negative mental and emotional challenges. In Tobago, the Parent Teachers Association is in full agreement of a return to physical classes. However, they want some safety concerns to be settled first. Here are the details.
We had taken a position a while now that, look, it's time for our students to go back to school.
President of the Tobago Parent Teachers Association, Joseph Lindo, says before students can return to physical classes, safety issues must be settled. The first being that of adequate supervision.
Those safety officers, we are asking for more of those safety officers to be hired, and the minister said that finance is a problem.
Another is adequate spacing of desks for students in classrooms.
Most of these desks in classroom would have been for 2 students. We wanted to have them changed to where it is possible to single desk. and so on.
Lindo says emphasis should be placed to ensure chances of gathering among students are minimized, along with proper sanitization.
We know we can't prevent all the students from congregating in some little corner. We know we can't prevent everything, but at least we must have the process or things in place to prevent stuff like this happening.
According to Lindo, parents are beginning to notice problems in some children with online learning, and they have been lobbying along with tutor to address these concerns. However,
I personally don't believe they are working hard enough for to make sure all our students return to school safely, because most of the things that we have put on the table, they will have some sort of cost attached to them.
They will meet with the Ministry of Education on Tuesday. He is also hoping the Division of Education, Research and Technology can meet with the PTA soon to maybe address some of these concerns. For Tobago Updates, I am Candace Jackson.
The call for beach hours to be extended was acknowledged by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, giving the public an additional 2 hours to enjoy the water. Tobago Updates News spoke with beachgoers today to find out how they feel about the 2 p.m. deadline.
I find it's good because whatsoever we do, it's a procedure. It was opening at 12, and then it coming opening at 2 now. So I am thankful for the time, because we as human beings, we have to learn to be patient and we have to learn to work along with one another. And that is not what we are doing to one another. We are being disrespectful. I thankful to God that we are opening until 2.
Nah, I wanted them open in 12 to 5. Move it, eh?
Yeah, so we're actually happy that the beach is open until 2 right now. We started a new business venture, Aqua Central, so it's amazing for us having the beach open until 2. We could just be out here all day. Come down.
For 6 o'clock, I don't see the 2 o'clock makes sense.
What is the difference with 4 and 2? Make no difference there, right? As you can see, almost everybody kind of social distancing in a way. Don't mind they're on the beach. All they have to do, tell people, remember to social distance, at least get security around, make sure people keep a distance and everything will be all right.
Well, we're grateful for the extra bit of time, and we're hoping that it will allow for a little less congestion and just give everybody a little more opportunity to get to, enjoy the benefits that the beach brings to everybody.
That is exquisite because it gives us an opportunity as business owners on the beach. More chance for income, more space for revenue. So yeah, you can come down on the beach, the time is extended, have fun on the water, sail a bodyboard and enjoy the sun for a longer period of time.
Meantime, police officers are urging the public to comply with the public health regulations. Senior Superintendent of the Tobago Division, Junior Benjamin, said police officers will be on patrol at the beaches to ensure that people wear their masks when they are not in the water, as well as to ensure that they leave the beach at 2 p.m. The senior superintendent said since beaches were reopened, Tobagonians have been cooperating well, and he is encouraging them to continue doing so. Well, we have sport after the break with Marcus Daniel. Stay tuned.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
and Patricia Nicholson-Richards told
Welcome to Tobago
story.
Update Sports. I'm your boy Marcus Daniel. Thank you.
Trinidad and looms as remains. When the public is nobody lives here. Oil and gas exploration continues to affect the livelihood.
Spearsides, marine
In Tobago fishermen,
When will the
Sion
Roxborough
Francis
Hospital be fully functional?
of the 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. window at the island like the Golden
continue to
Waterfall
rise
in Tobago.
MI4
Hello and welcome to Tobago Update Sports. I'm your host Marcus Daniel. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I trust that you guys had a wonderful weekend. Well, we begin this evening's sportscast with news of netball. The Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association, they are on the hunt for suitable applicants to fill coaching and managerial positions. We have the details. The association is in pursuit of a manager, coach, assistant coach, physiotherapist, psychologist, physical trainer, and a massage therapist for both teams. President of the association, Sharianne Blackburn, said they continue to receive multiple applications from people interested in filling the available team staff roles. Public Relations Officer Abini Taylor revealed that the positions are voluntary, and she told Tobago Update Sports that she appreciates the feedback so far.
All these positions are voluntary positions such as coach, assistant coach, trainer, manager, etc. So far, the feedback has been pretty decent. It was not as vast and as overwhelming as we expected. However, the under 16 and under 23 teams are most likely to get into training very soon, and currently we have an interim administrative team that is working to have these skills prepared for upcoming tournaments in the region. The under 23 age group is a relatively new age group because usually we focus on under 16, under 21 and senior for both national, regional and international levels.
The under 16 tournament is tentatively set for April in Barbados, while TNT's first ever under 23 team anticipates its debut at the Caribbean Association for National Olympic Committee's Caribbean Games in May in Guadeloupe. Both tournaments remain dependent on the easing of global COVID-19 restrictions. In the meantime, screenings for new netballers continue across TNT. Blackburn said there was surprisingly a better turnout in Tobago as compared to Trinidad. Marcus Daniel for Tobago Update Sports. Yeah, apply. Tobago's netball, in fact, Trinidad and Tobago's netball seems to be in really good hands. So good luck to all those who have applied thus far. Jumping into news of track and field, well, 3 Tobago athletes struck gold recently, while a third is off to the US. Here are the details. Olympian Dwight St. Hilaire showed good form in the University of Kentucky season opener last Friday. The Belgarden native took gold in the men's 200-meter at the Jim Green Invitational in Kentucky. The 24-year-old who competed for Trinidad and Tobago at the Tokyo Olympics last year ran the half lap in a time of 21.02 seconds. St. Hilaire then picked up another gold as he formed part of Kentucky's winning 4x4 men's relay squad. St. Hilaire ran the third leg as his team crossed the line in a time of 3 minutes, 0.05 seconds. Meantime, fellow Tobagonian Safia John, representing the University of Arkansas at the Arkansas Invitational meet, was goaling in a women's long jump with a leap of 6.07 meters. And Kelsey Daniel got his collegiate career off to a winning start with goal in the men's long jump at the Corky Classic in Texas. Representing New Mexico Junior College, Daniel bettered his competitors with a leap of 7.74 meters. And finally, multi-athlete Anson Moses of Tobago Falcons is off to Cloud County Community College in Kansas on an Olympic scholarship. Marcus Daniel for Tobago Update Sports. Yeah, congratulations to Dwight and all the other Tobago athletes doing their due out there in the United States of America. Well, wrapping up in news of cricket. Yeah, cricket. Tobago's female cricketer, Sheena Alexander, is now able to officiate games after passing the preliminary umpire's exam. Here are the details.
Sheena Alexander, the current secretary of the Tobago Cricket Association, was successful in the recent preliminary umpire's examination of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Umpires Council. Alexander, the lone Tobagonian, was among 30 participants who sat the exam nationwide. The exam took the form of multiple choice, true or false, and written submissions. Alexander told Tobago Update Sports she was challenged by the question on leg before wicket, as she had to be very detailed with explaining her answer. Asked about her involvement in cricket, Alexander said growing up in Speyside close to the playground and seeing her brothers play got her involved at an early age. Alexander said her umpiring journey has been an informative one, and she thanked fellow Tobagonian Everton Alfred and Premchand Rupiai for their encouragement and providing her with the necessary tools to succeed. Alexander now intends to complete the oral and written exams to receive her umpiring certificate. As for now, she can officiate games, but will be under supervision. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
Yeah. Congratulations, Sheena Alexander. Yeah, we need to see more females getting involved in umpiring. Yeah, of course, guys, that's all we have for you in sports today. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, we are here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we are still in search of all that's happening in Tobago in terms of sports. Hit us up on Facebook, or you can hit me up on my personal page, Marcus Daniel. But once again, thank you so much for being here on this beautiful Monday evening. I now hand you back over to Patricia Nicholson for more news.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Buku Reef tours are operational once again. This information comes from the Ministry of Health, who indicated that Buku Reef tours and Coroni Bird Sanctuary tours are allowed to operate in the now extended beach times from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. However, stakeholders are still not satisfied. Here's more.
On Saturday, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley announced to the nation that he will be meeting with Chief Secretary Fali Augustine this week to discuss the resumption of Buku Reef tours and other marine activities. However, the Ministry of Tourism this morning announced via a press release that under the latest public health ordinances, Buku Reef tour operators are now allowed to resume business as of January 17th at 50% capacity. But not so fast. According to PRO of the Buku Reef Tours Association, Michael Frank, he says 80% of operators must do repairs on their vessels before they can resume.
We are dealing with salt water. Corrosion is a major problem to us. If you used to start repairing, say for instance, the electrical on your boat, and it did not, the tour did not open, then you're back to phase one, because everything that you have just done would be damage again.
This resumption of business, however, does not include scuba diving or any other marine interests, according to a disappointed Frontier Divers owner, Alvin Douglas.
Right now is really of no consequence because we still cannot operate as it stands.
as a dive shop.
Owner of Undersea Divers, Derek Chung, told Tobago Updates he disagrees with this move, as they were also hoping to resume operations. He says Tobago's tourism is more than glass-bottomed boat tours on the Buku Reef. Meanwhile, Frank says the government is not making educated decisions.
One of the problems that we have in the system is that people from in a different department or from the higher heads is making decision for the people who is on the ground. What the government needs is somebody from the ground telling them how this really works.
They also do not believe the extra 2 hours allowed at beaches is enough to entice international and domestic visitors to Tobago.
Your international visitors, once they know that they're restricted from the beaches, they will be reluctant to come. Remember, we have to compete with the other Caribbean islands.
They need to know when they fly 8,000 miles or 10,000 miles to Tobago that the beaches are open. You have to remember that this is not just Tobago. We are competing with a world. The world is open.
For Tobago Updates, I am Candice Jackson.
Tobago Updates News attempted to get a comment from Chief Secretary Farley Augustine on the reef tour operators and the divers' concerns. However, up to news time, we were unsuccessful. Well, we've come to the end of our Tobago Updates newscast for this evening. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards. Do have a good night.